Hey, what's up? This is Soulshine Reviews, and today I would like to talk about Danish progressive metal band IOTUNN. You could also describe their music as like melodic death metal style, but it is also described as dark folk or acoustic folk, but definitely is more of in the progressive metal realm with like melodic death metal vibes. If you like bands such as Insomnium or Opeth, you will definitely have a good time listening to them. And I would like to talk about their live release, Waves over Copenhell, which was released on January 9th. I got into this band in 2021 with their debut full-length album, Access All Worlds, which was an absolutely amazing album that caught me by surprise, because that was one of those albums that I just discovered by myself, and I don't know if any of you have that same feeling, but if you discover an album or a band by yourself, you kind of have a really special relationship to this band. It's not the same when somebody recommends you a band or an album and you listen to it and you really like it, and I feel like you have a much closer relationship to a band or an album if you discover them by yourself. And that was the case for me. So Access All Worlds from 2021 was a great debut album. Songs such as Waves Below or the title track, especially the opener, Voyage of the Garganay Part 1, is stellar. Very, very melodic, but still a bit of growly vocals as well. So definitely check this album out. And their second album from 2024, which is called Kinship, saw them expanding on their sound even more. I think they sounded a lot more mature and a bit tighter as a band. And especially the song Mistland is probably my most listened song of this year, even though this song was released 2 years ago. And they have just released a live album, Waves over Copenhell. And I just wanted to talk about that album a little bit. Because I feel like many of these like very epic sounding melodic death metal bands in the vein of Insomnium and many other bands, I think you sometimes struggle to kind of translate that sound to the stage, because it sounds very polished and very clean. It has a great atmosphere, and sometimes I fear, how is that sound going to translate live? Can they make that sound happen live? And so at first I didn't really have too much expectations for this live album and didn't really know if I even want to review it. But after hearing the first single, Waves Below, which also has a YouTube video, I was instantly hooked. I think it's quite amazing how they transport that epic melodic death metal feeling and great atmosphere to a live setting. And so the first track, Waves Below, which has great like guitar licks and an amazing chorus that just sticks in your head. So I just thought that was very very crazy how you can achieve that live. They played other songs from their first album, like The Tower of Cosmic Nihility, which doesn't feature too many growly vocals, but very, very catchy melodic vocals. And Voyage of the Garganay Part 1 that I just mentioned, which is a banger opener song from their first album that features like very fast riffs and amazing heavy vocals, growly vocals. So if you enjoy like Michael Ackerfeld's Opeth vocals, growly vocals, you will definitely enjoy this one. And I can imagine that they are very much influenced by bands such as Opeth. They also play Mistland that I just mentioned from their second album, which is an absolutely amazing track that I definitely recommend you check out. Just the whole pre-chorus and the whole bridge and the whole chorus has this immensely epic feel, as if the singer is like standing on top of a mountain and just screaming above. And I just can't get enough of this song. It also has heavy spots as well, but overall it's a very melodic song, and it is over 10 minutes long, but it never really drags. It also has this very extended solo section that is very melodic, that just kind of builds and builds and builds in momentum, and just has this huge release at the end. Yeah, it is one of those songs like when you're just walking at night, it's dark outside and you're just walking alone with your headphones on, you just get lost in this song. And I have this playlist on my phone that's called Feeling It, like just songs that when they put them on, I just feel the music very much, and this is right now at the top of my list on this one. Yeah, so overall, I don't think there's a boring second on this album. I think a lot of times bands go too big with these live albums. You have these 2-3 disc sets that can drag a little bit if you don't have like too much difference between the songs. But they just went for like 5 banger tracks from their first 2 albums, which is absolutely enough. They probably couldn't perform longer because I think this was a festival set. But I just liked that they kind of went for these 5 songs and knew when to stop and just put this out. They have a great sound live. I think that there's like no audience interaction, which I don't really mind, because I don't really need it on a live album, or I don't really like it when there are too much like crowd interaction. So yeah, very epic sounding, atmospheric sounding, melodic, progressive death metal, which is exactly my kind of style. So if you like this kind of music and you're curious to know how it sounds in a live setting, I think this is a great album to get into. Yeah, and I just honestly cannot wait for their next studio album, which I think they are making right now. I'm actually gonna see them live this April in Germany, so I'm very excited for that. I'm definitely gonna listen to the live album some more and their studio releases. They also put an EP out in 2016, The Wizard Falls, which I don't really listen too much to it, because it very much sounds like a different band. They really haven't found their sound, but with their first album, Access All Worlds, which it seems like took like about 5 years to make, they really knew what they wanted to go for. Yeah, so have a listen to it, and see you next time.